All right, we are back with another pick'em video. Going to be going over my favorite plays for the NBA today, Saturday, February 3rd, 2024. And was super excited to come on here and say, hey, we went for it, 4-5. Definitely take that profit. But Franz Wagner ends up hooking us, had an entire half to get this line and just couldn't get there for us. But we'll take the 60% hit rate. This is like the norm has been either sweep or go 4 for 5, which has been insane the past 4 videos. We're now at 15-3, including today. And the past like 10 videos, it's been crazy. I don't have the official number, but if you guys have been watching, you know it's been insane. And if you have been watching and you want to show some love, it definitely helps to leave a comment down below. It just lets people see like, oh, this guy's been killing it. We've been on a run. And also leave the video a like. It just tells YouTube to send this video out a little bit more. But hey, we'll take 3 for 5. We'll get a little bit of our money back and just continue this hot streak we've been on. In terms of the picks, I go over my picks every single time. I'm not hiding anything from you guys. If I went 0 for 5, I'd still show you the picks. But love showing them off when we do well, really well, or in this case, we did all right. So Jordan Poole, obviously a tough one to go to on an over, but the hit rate was incredible. We knew he was going to have a solid one. Wasn't very sweaty either. He had like 7 or 8 in the first quarter, so not bad there. Bradley Beal, pretty much the only starter to not do anything in the first quarter. Durant was doing stuff. Booker was doing stuff. I saw Grayson Allen scored. Nurkic had like 8 points, but Bradley Beal only gets 2, and that was like the last 6 seconds of the quarter as well. So unfortunate there. Domantas Sabonis ends up killing it for us. That first half points line for him has been money. And then we talked about Franz. That's a tough one, but again, good read. Just couldn't get that 5th rebound, which was wild to me. And then Valanciunas creeps over for us with that 13th RA. But again, if you guys are interested in joining a cool community, a fun community that just continues to grow every day, definitely consider joining the Rich Club. That's the official Discord of this channel. And I'm kind of doing a crazy promotion right now until Thursday, February 8th. A whole lot of people have taken advantage of this. But all you have to do is sign up to one of my codes, PrizePicks, Underdog, Sleeper, Chalkboard, Dabble, or DG Fantasy. All those links or codes will be in the description of this video. So check those out. DM me in the Discord. If you can't DM me, someone said they couldn't DM me. Just hit me up in the free part of the Discord. Just at me or whatever, at RichPicks. And I'm pretty responsive. So again, use any of my codes. DM me, say, hey, I used your code. Here's the screenshot of me using your code. And I'll cross-reference that. So don't try to pull one over on me. But yeah, you can get access for 2 months, which is crazy. No one's doing that right now. This will end on Thursday, February 8th. So take advantage of it now. People are definitely going to ask questions about Outlier and Odds Jam as well. They have free trials, which is awesome if you use my code. I highly recommend the tools. You're going to love them. But you do have to finish out that first week trial and then continue on with the subscription. And then I can go ahead and get you in for free. But in terms of the channel itself, you'll get access to all of my slips. So everything that I play on Sleeper, on Chalkboard, on Underdog, on PrizePicks, wherever it might be, I post that immediately for you guys to be able to tail. Which today we ended up sweeping Sleeper, we ended up sweeping Underdog, and then we went 15-6 on individual plays for PrizePicks. So the ridiculous run continues. Unfortunate today, just because we didn't get a 5 for 5 or a 6 for 6. It was a lot of 5 for 6s or 4 for 5s or wherever it might be. We hit some 2-mans. But the hit rate's been incredible. Again, just kind of saying we've been continuing to kill it. But more than that, more than just my plays and everything, you get access to the community, which is, again, continues to grow. We have a bunch of awesome people in here at all times where you can run props through ideas. Just run through, hey, let's talk about this game. Let's talk about this player. Let's talk about this prop. And it's just a whole lot of fun. And just want to get cool people in here, which is why I'm doing this promotion to see how many cool people we can get in here. And again, when we put our brains together, it's awesome, and you can see the poster wins. It's just been a whole lot of winning, which I love to see. So definitely come try it out. We'd love to have you, and just come join a cool community. So without further ado, sorry about the long plug. But let's go into the board and attack some plays. So the first guy we're going to be talking about is going to be Cam Thomas. He's going up against the Philadelphia 76ers, but we're going to look at the injuries on both sides here, and that's really what's going to fuel this pick. We're going to be going to 25.5 points and rebounds. And before we even get into Outlier, I do want to show over on this matchup. This is the 6 o'clock game as well, which is why I'm kind of getting this one out a little bit earlier. And we see Ben Simmons is probable. So if we open up his page right here, just want to show you guys, he is probable to play. He sat the first half of the back-to-back, which was today. And Cam Thomas is a young dude. He'll still have his legs. He should be good to go for tomorrow at full speed. And it's great to see going up against the Sixers. So just remember, Ben Simmons is probably playing tomorrow, so that's good to see. And then in terms of the Sixers, they have no Embiid. He's torn his meniscus. He's going to be out for a decent amount of time and definitely not playing tomorrow. So we've been attacking guards against this Philadelphia team without Porzingis, and it's been awesome for us. And Cam Thomas is in a great spot because he plays really well with Ben Simmons playing. So Cam Thomas over 25.5 points and rebounds is going to be right here. You could also look at points and assists. I'm just going to go to points and rebounds because I love the hit rate, especially with Ben Simmons. As you can see, 6 of the last 10 games, he's gone over this. If we look at the whole year, he was doing great at the beginning of the year, had a lull here where he really lost some minutes. A lot of this red is because of the insufficient minutes, but is getting a whole bunch of run, especially recently. And again, I keep alluding to it, but he plays really well with Ben Simmons. So on Outlier, this again is Outlier, the tool. Go ahead and hit those links in the description. You'll get a free trial of Outlier. Let's go games with Ben Simmons. And we'll see that this hit rate goes to 71% on the year, 5 of 7 games, and it really isn't close. He's kind of crushing this line. So we love to see the matchup. We love to look at the matchup on Outlier. But again, no Embiid. This is very much skewed. So 2 point guards, points, rebounds allowed doesn't look amazing. Very middle of the road. But without Embiid, it's been really, really solid to go to guards against this Philly team. So obviously, if he's not down there to kind of anchor that defense, you can go ahead and attack, and especially a guy like Cam Thomas who can light it up pretty quick. He should have a great game. So love seeing this. Again, hit rate's been pretty solid the past 10 games, regardless of Ben Simmons playing or not. We see he's doing this against decent teams as well, against Phoenix, against Houston, against Minnesota, all difficult matchups. So he's definitely on a little streak here. He's a guy that can light up the scoreboard pretty quickly. A lot of these are going to come from points, but he's been rebounding the ball pretty well as well. But yeah, loving this line for him. And it's not just the hit rate. Again, Ben Simmons is a big part of this. But the odds are loving it as well. Actually, just going over to DG Fantasy. Again, this is another one of the tools, another one of the partners. Hit the link in the description if you want to check this out. This is showing us market value, and it's integrated with PrizePicks and all these other pick'em sites as well. And it's showing, hey, these are the lines up right now, and these where the market inefficiencies are popping up. We're seeing Cam Thomas at over 25.5. Every other sportsbook has this at 26.5 and still favored on the over, actually. 54.69% chance to hit, so incredible there. We're definitely attacking some great market value. And another thing I noticed is without Dorian Finney-Smith in the lineup, this is another 4 for 5, 80% hit rate. And I'm not even really counting this 11-minute game. So he's been crushing this without Dorian Finney-Smith, with Ben Simmons in the lineup, everything looking really good. And just a nice kicker that the odds are loving this one as well. So Cam Thomas over 25.5 points and rebounds. That's going to go ahead and be our first play of the video. And then I should probably go ahead and mention that Dorian Finney-Smith is going to be out for today. That's why I took him out of the lineup and looked at those stats. So yeah, just loving Cam Thomas today in general. But our next play is going to be Jaylen Johnson for the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Warriors. We're going to be going over his points line. I think this is something you could definitely stack and correlate with a Trae Young line over on Sleeper if you wanted to take Jaylen Johnson's points and Trae Young's assists. He assists Jaylen Johnson a whole lot. And there's no Saddiq Bey in this game. So at 15.5, I really think this is too low, especially in a matchup against the Golden State Warriors, who give up a decent amount of points, 21st ranked in points allowed, 118.4 in terms of points to be had. So a lot of points to be had, 56% hit rate on the season. He's hit in 5 straight games, 6 of the last 7 games. And he did just play these guys kind of recently, and he had 21 points against them. So love to see the hit rate. Hit rate's incredible. And again, we're talking games without Bey. He's actually played every single game this year, so we can't specifically look at that. But in terms of the minutes, he'll get, he's getting a lot of run, especially recently, up to 42 minutes, but very consistently around 36, 37 minutes. But even if we just bump this up to 30 minutes played, so games with at least 30 minutes, right here, 68% of those games he's gone over. So the hit rate is incredible, especially when it gets the minutes. And Atlanta's actually 2.5 point favorites. Hopefully no blowout here. Obviously anything can happen, but this one's supposed to stay close. So he should get a whole bunch of run. And without Bey, his usage is going to go even higher. So really loving Jaylen Johnson in this spot against the Warriors. I think also DeAndre Hunter is potentially playing in this game, so that's something to note. But if he does play, he is going to be on a minutes limit. And actually, games with DeAndre Hunter this year, you can actually go to games with DeAndre Hunter, and he's hitting 70% of those games this year. So doesn't hurt him. I love Bey being out. I don't actually know what his injury is. So he played yesterday. I'm not sure why he's injured. So hopefully nothing too crazy happened to him. I'll look that up in a second. But yeah, loving Jaylen Johnson points. Let's go check out his odds, though, over on DG Fantasy. Jaylen Johnson. I hope Sadiq Bey didn't get hurt. That would suck. But let's look at this and I'll look into that. 15.5 points is his best line on the day. 53.34% chance to hit. Everywhere's got this at 15.5, but the odds are liking it up to minus 145 over on Caesars, but everywhere else is around minus 125. So definitely favored to go over. So yeah, absolutely loving this Jaylen Johnson line. It just makes sense. Again, without Sadiq Bey, he should be getting a whole bunch of usage. There's a couple Hawks I really want to go to today. DeJounte Murray is another guy I'm looking at. But without Bey out, there's a whole lot of usage to be had. He's a guy that scores the ball pretty well, a guy that rebounds the ball pretty well, and they have a solid matchup here. So Jaylen Johnson over 15.5 points. That is going to be our next play. And I do have to look up, hopefully Sadiq Bey didn't get hurt really badly. Okay, so it looks like he's fine. He just has a little ankle issue, didn't return to the game, and is out for today. I think it's probably just an ankle sprain. I couldn't find the video, but get well soon, Sadiq Bey, but we're attacking Jaylen Johnson because of that. Next up, this is going to be the point of the video where I kind of allude to a pick that the Discord took. It's kind of another nudge in the direction of, hey, maybe try out this Discord thing. We've actually hit on 3 of the videos that I've done this. We've hit on all 3 of those plays. But I'd look at Chris Middleton today. I'd look at Brook Lopez today. I think they both have great lines, and I think they're both getting extended run. Again, this is shout out to Sal Picks. We were talking about this today in the Discord. We were in the voice chat cooking up some plays, but we were talking and thinking Chris Middleton and Brook Lopez have been getting a whole lot of run, specifically due to Doc Rivers coming into the coaching position now, and he's got to run their guys. They got to figure out this new game plan that Doc's going to be running out. So I expect a whole bunch of minutes. They have a decent matchup going against Dallas. Should be a high scoring game. So again, look at Chris Middleton, look at Brook Lopez. I'm not going to tell you the specific plays that we went to, but you can check that out in the Discord if you do want to join. So check those guys out. But for our next video pick, we're actually going to go right to Jaylen Johnson's teammate. We talked about Sadiq Bey being out of this game, but we're going to be going to Clint Capela, and 9.5 rebounds looks too good to be true. It's absolutely wild. For Clint Capela, 9.5 rebounds, if you know basketball, that's ridiculous. This is a popular tab, but I think this is actually a smart one. Again, don't just dumbly and strictly go off these popular tabs. But this one happens to be a really good one. 9.5 rebounds for Clint Capela. We're going over this. If we think about Sadiq Bey, and the player that he is, being out of this game is going to free up a decent amount of rebounds. It's also going to free up a decent amount of minutes for Clint Capela, who's only averaged 24 minutes the past 10 games, which is not his norm. He's usually at 26, 27 minutes. But this should give him a few extra minutes. So he'll probably see 25, 26 minutes, which is great to see for his rebounding, because the 1 more minute, 2 more minutes, he could go in and grab 1 more or 2 more boards, which is awesome. So 2023 as a whole, he's hit this in 63% of those games. We just saw in the last 10, he's hit a 70% mark. So the hit rate's been incredible. In terms of the matchup, it's not the best in terms of rebounds to centers, but they did just play, and he had 11 of those things against these guys, which is awesome to see. And in terms of games that he's played for the whole year, and kind of going to the minutes that we were talking about, again, we can't look at games without Bey, but we can assume that he'll get, 24 minutes. That's a 72% hit rate. So I love this. I love that he got 11 against the Warriors just recently. And the fact that Capela only needs 10 rebounds to clear a line is kind of music to my ears. So loving Capela in the spot, but it's not just the hit rate. It's not just me thinking about this. The odds are also heavily favored on this as well. You could also go to his points and assists. I just love his rebounds on at 9.5, a little bit better. It's just kind of me thinking about the game individually, just knowing Clint can board really, really well with the best of them. 52.58% chance to hit. Everyone's got this at 9.5, around minus 125, minus 130 value across the board. But we do see FanDuel's at minus 138. So definitely attacking some great value. I haven't gone to RotoWire just yet, I realize, but let's go to Capela in terms of the boards. They are projecting, where's his rebounds right here? They're projecting 10.93. They're projecting around 11 rebounds. So they're definitely thinking the same thing as us. This is another tool, guys. Definitely check out the link in the description. It's definitely the cheapest tool out there. It's like $12 or something a month. And you can definitely go ahead and try it out for 2 days free trial. But it's something I go to every day. It's the best projection model out there. And love to see RotoWire is on the over on this one. So everything pointing towards the over for this Clint line. Don't always love having 2 players in the same team, but Jaylen Johnson getting points doesn't affect Clint Capela getting rebounds. So loving these first 3, but let's finish off with a banger. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're actually going to be going back to our first half stats. We love us some first half, and we're going to be going to Draymond Green. Now, Draymond Green doesn't do a whole lot of things good. He chokes people. He kicks people in the nuts. But if there's one thing he does correct, it's he gets more than 4.5 first half points pretty consistently. So let's go over here, 4.5 points. Let's go check out his game log. 80% of 2023, he's gone over this. Sorry, 76% of 2023, but 80% of the last 10 games, he has gone over this. He's going against Atlanta. They give up a ton of points. They played Atlanta very recently. He had 8 of those things in the first quarter. First half. We need 5 points in the first half. He had 8 last time against them. So love to see the hit rate in terms of everything. The hit rate, the matchup looks amazing, and not really sure why this is on the board. It feels like one of those dunk lines that we've been going to that looks pretty free. And Draymond was a video pick a few days ago, and he cashed for us. So loving Draymond in terms of 2023 as a whole, with games without Chris Paul as well. We can actually check that out. Chris Paul's been out a few games. 8 of 9 games he's gone over this. So he's been scoring the ball pretty well, been playing pretty aggressively. He's going to get around 15 minutes. And just love this line. And definitely want to end this one out on a bang. Again, want to shout out Sal Picks. We were looking at this together. He's one of the guys in Discord. He's been there for a while now. And again, just hope you guys join and love this play. In terms of like odds and things like that, I can't actually see the odds on DG Fantasy. They don't have first half plays just yet. But again, something we've been to before. And just the hit rate, the matchup, like the amount of points allowed is awesome to see here. So Draymond will be our last play of the video. And that will do it. It's a 6-game slate. We'll have a 9-game slate or something like that on Sunday. So hopefully we continue this absolutely fire streak we've been on. Again, I should go back and get the exact hit rate of individual plays we've been hitting. It's been ridiculous. But again, last kind of plug here for you guys. You have until Thursday, February 8th to take advantage of 2 months free of the Rich Club. That's the official Discord of the server. Again, just trying to bring like-minded people together and have a fun community where we can talk props and things like that. But also, obviously, you get access to any of the slips that I'm playing. And you just have to use the code in my video description in the links down below to sign up for either PrizePicks, Underdog, Sleeper, Chalkboard, Dabble, or DG Fantasy, and I'll get you in there. Just DM me. I'm pretty responsive in there. So definitely check it out. Just love how much this is growing, guys. And we just been continuing to slaughter these books. It's been crazy, not just the videos, but in the other picks that were dishing out there over on Sleeper, on Underdog, other plays on PrizePicks. It's been awesome. So would love to have you. Definitely check it out. But that will do it for this one, and I'll see you guys on Sunday.